Good morning. This is Tyron. Now, warning, I may get a phone call I've been waiting for all day so far, so I might have to jump off rudely and then come back on. But I thought I wanted to talk about client avatars. And this is really important, guys, because unless you really have your client avatars locked down and have really defined them, then you're going to be in a whole heap of trouble. You're going to be in a whole heap of trouble. And especially, when people start to think about avatars, they don't make it personal enough. They don't make it real enough. And they don't put enough thought into their avatars, which just makes it really hard to actually find them and to actually speak to them. So a lot of people come, towards their avatar thinking, where should I? Hey, Ina, how are you? People should come to their avatars thinking like, where should I advertise to get maximum exposure to their advertisement? And what type of advertisement should I do? What kind of vocabulary should I use? What story should I be telling them? And that's okay, but I think it's better if you name your avatar. So it could be like Telecom Thai, maybe you're going after telcos. One of my guys goes after telcos. And you should be thinking of like, what would Thai want to hear? What would he want to hear in this message? How is Thai spending time online this week? How is he using social media? How is he using it? And, how does Thai perceive my product or service that I have? That's what you really have to think about with your avatars, not just the cold hard facts, but make them a fictitious character that represents your ideal character, your ideal client. Make them personal. Give them a story, and really dig deep into what this person is doing. You've got to brain dump as much information as possible, but really think about what this person's behaviors are, what their activities are, what their intentions are, what their aspirations, desires are. And the more that you really are able to discover that, then for LinkedIn in particular, when you're searching for them, you're able to get a sense of narrowing down that avatar even further and really making messaging that absolutely gains their interest. And remember, like someone who's 1 year in a job, sorry, my daughter poked me in the eye yesterday. So you've got to think with these avatars, and when you look on LinkedIn, once you really understand them, you may have multiple avatars. That's fine, 3 to 7 different avatars. And your LinkedIn may speak to all of them. But the key is you've got to understand them really inside out, and you've got to understand that the behavior of someone who may be 1 year in that position or that avatar may be very different to someone who is 10 years has been your ideal client avatar. That's a little hint there, guys. The way that the 1 year or below avatar thinks is very different to the 10 year or above client avatar, and therefore the way that your messaging should be approaching them should be different as well. And that's really important on LinkedIn. Very important on LinkedIn, because when you start to filter, there's limited filtering capabilities on LinkedIn. There just is. It doesn't have like behaviors and interests, for example, like Facebook does. However, if you start to think about the filtering that is on LinkedIn and the advanced filtering techniques that are available on LinkedIn, you can start to then weave your client avatars. You can pick up the filtering system that is available on LinkedIn and start to filter that using a very strong understanding of your client avatar. And that changes the game totally. Instead of getting 5 to 10% kind of messaging rates, you should be getting 40, 50, 60% plus. You just should be. There's no reason, if you have not put the thought in, if you have not put the strategies in place, that you can't get to that range. And generally it's because the reason why people are not getting conversions is A, their profile sucks. That's going to be a quintessential part of it. Without that foundational client-facing promotional style profile rather than a CV style, you are just, it's like going into a fight with your hand tied behind your back. It really is. You've got to have a well-framed, I call the doctor frame. Someone lands on your profile within 7 seconds. They know what kind of outcomes they get. They know instantly you are the authority in that space. You've got to have that. If you're looking at your profile and you're thinking, they're thinking as well. Easiest way to tell, ask 3 of your mates. Look at my profile, tell me exactly what you think. Just be honest with me. Right? Listen for the keywords they're saying. Are they saying, oh, authority, go-to person? Are they saying, yeah, it really entices me to contact you? Are they saying it looks great? If there's anything but that, it means it's not right. It means it isn't. Now, this is the thing, like, obviously, your profile is going to appeal to someone differently, but even someone out of industry can look. Now, one of our guys under coaching, for example, he's in mortgages. He's in mortgages. I mean, can you be any more boring rather than insurances? And a couple of guys in insurance as well. But I tell you what, their profiles look fabulous. Our mortgage guy, I mean, what can you do to an mortgage guy? His profile is awesome. It's converting. After 13 years on LinkedIn, within 2.5 weeks of being in my coaching, got his first ever client off LinkedIn. Came to him. The guy had to chase him twice as well, but he was like, oh yeah, whatever. But it's like, no, I want to give you money. And he's like, oh. And now he's getting phone calls consistently off LinkedIn, passively. And that's not even the outreach stuff. That's the passive stuff. But that's really important. So that's probably killing your conversion, but more importantly, your lack of understanding of your avatar and really asking these rhetoric questions to get your mind flowing. How does this person perceive my products or services? What's this person doing online? How are they using online? How are they using social media? And really thinking about that messaging that's going to appeal to them. It's just vital. And then taking that and putting it into LinkedIn search speech so then you can filter and you can talk appropriately to your different avatars. Once you lock that in, you will see a huge change in your conversion rates. So that's all I wanted to come in quickly because I'm in between calls with a new potential client of mine, and I'm waiting for a call from American Express, which won't come. I'm sure they'll stuff it up. Yeah. All right. I hope that helps, guys. Please listen to that. Please pay attention. I'm giving you some tips there that can just really save time. Time you can never buy, right? You can't buy time, guys. So if you're on LinkedIn and you're just not getting results, that could be a huge part of the reason. All right, I'm out of here. See you later. Have a great day, great Monday. If you're in my part of the world, it's Monday. So kick butt.